survive, but never gonna gain control.
What up, y'all, and welcome to Dubai for the 11th race of the 2024 FBRL Napa Truck Series season. Zachary Fitzwater Jr. is on pole for the second race in a row here on the International Tour, and he is joined by Malik Nevin's new part-time easy racing truck, the number 26, sponsored by Yahoo, fully prepped by Breeding Enterprises, is on the front row with him. In row 2 behind Fitzy is his teammates Ryan Reed and DJ Curtis, so a great showing by Freeze Racing Team. Row 3, Luke Martin and William Brock, the two drivers that duked it out here last year. At the end, Brock came out on top with a last turn pass on Luke Martin, who dominated here a year ago. Griffin Maple, McDermott, Jerry Cook, row 4. Cook with a road course win in Mexico this year, with James Silverfox and AJ Jones. Rounding out the top 10, Jones having a recent bout of bad luck. Same could be said for the 88 of Bradley Bishop Jr. looking for a solid run here today. Richard Johnson, Noah Hart, row 7. Johnson now 69 points back from Hart in the championship. Closing in on Hart is his teammate Hannah Allen there in the 48, who starts to the left side of Daniel Bouchard this afternoon. Allen 49 points back of Hart on the points lead. William Brock 70 back, Ryan Reed 74 back. Those four drivers behind Hart, Hannah Allen, Richard Johnson, William Brock, Ryan Reed, they are the closest right now. Allen, the only one within a race distance to be able to gain on the points lead. The others just outside of that one race. AJ Jones, Zachary Fitzwater Jr., Arya Carmona, Danny Bouchard, Cameron Lessard round out the top 10 of the points. They are all looking for ways to close up the gap, as everyone from Lessard on back is almost 3 races or more out of the championship fight here. As we hit the halfway point of the season, let's go trackside for the command to fire engines.
Are you ready to go racing? Drivers, start your engines.
.33-lap race. Fuel window is 11 to 13 laps. Tire wear 3 to 4 seconds. Tires really drop off near the end of the run. Pace truck down pit road. Green flag us out. We are underway in Dubai. Paint to the outside of turn 1 is going to be very slick. If you even dip your right side tires on the white line, it's very easy to lose traction. If you get into the green or even further into the red, you really have to watch the throttle input or you will spin out. Going to be a big, easy way for drivers to lose touch of the draft. Draft is everything here at Dubai, just as much as it was in Italy. If you don't got the draft, you're not going to be able to get the runs to set up the passes in the few braking zones that are on this racetrack. Runs you get off of these corners will be very important to set up said passes as well. As we're coming to complete the first lap of the race, Freeze Racing Team is 1, 2, 3, and DJ Curtis is going to put a move on Fitzwater for second place. We've mentioned during Curtis's part-time start so far this year that he has never won a Napa Truck Series race. Of course, DJ, very accomplished driver in the Sony Cup Series. A Napa Truck Series win would just be a very minor accomplishment to add to his list of achievements, as Noah Hart goes off in the paint. So did the 48 of Hannah Allen. You can see how that checked up the line. Hart is in. Stacks up Bradley Bishop Jr. and Richard Johnson. Behind them, Hannah Allen stacking up Jeff Bolton and Zachary DeLello. One lap into this thing, everyone makes it through the first lap cleanly. Front of the field starting to single file out is now Luke Martin, looking to get by Fitzwater for third. Has not been the season Luke has wanted. He sits 16th in the point standings. Just 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s for the 2021 Series champion. 10 career wins to his name, still tied with Ryan Butcher atop the all-time wins list. Luke now holds the top 5 record at 27 career top 5s and sits third all-time in top 10s at 36. Also leads career poles and career laps, led 7 career poles, has not had one yet this year. Has not led a lot of laps yet this year either, but that total sits at 884 laps total led in Luke's career since jumping down to the Napa Truck Series in 2021 and returning a year ago in 2023. Is still battling for third place here with Fitzwater. Malik Nevins, who started in second, just riding behind these guys in fifth. As DJ Curtis in front, peeking to the right side of teammate Ryan Reed for the race lead. And single file here down the long straight. Griffin Lapel McDermott 6th, AJ Jones up to 7th. William Brock 8th, Silver Fox 9th, and Cameron Lassard rounds out the top 10. Battle is on for the race lead as Luke Martin looks to the right side of Ryan Reed here on lap number 4. Curtis following Luke there through the corner, now gets back in line behind Ryan Reed as they head down into the final corner. And Luke Martin will clear Ryan Reed here for the race lead as, Griffin Lapel McDermott about gets turned by William Brock. Huge save by the 85. But that is going to stack up the back half of the top 10. And that could cost them the draft as Bradley Bishop Jr. got his right sides in the paint right there. Yeah, you can see Griffin Lapel McDermott is barely in range of Malik Nevins' draft. Not sure how long he might be able to keep up with them here as Luke Martin still side by side with Reed for the race lead. Reed getting help from his teammates. But now Curtis gives the assistance to Luke Martin. Martin will clear the 44 here down the curved straight. And Curtis now, who is looking to maybe take second, files back in line Fitzwater Jr. to his right side for third. And it is a Mercedes 1, 2, 3, 4, but it is the Silver Fox Motorsports number 6 of Luke Martin leading the Freeze Racing Team, a trio behind him. As Curtis now back to the right side of Reed looking for second place. Fitzwater looking to go by Reed for third. Reed going to fight back as AJ Jones is looking for 6th place on Griffin Lapel McDermott behind. For the time being, Ryan Reed will hold on to second. Over halfway through the run now is DJ Curtis, who got by Ryan Reed last time by, now looking for the race lead on the 6 of Luke Martin. Top 5 has broken away from the rest of the top 10. It's Jones in 6th now. GLM down to 7th. As through the final corner, DJ Curtis will now take the race lead. Luke Doe with a good run on the wider arc through that corner. It's right back to the bumper of Curtis, but will file in line in 2nd place. William Brock now looking to get by Griffin Lapel McDermott for 7th. As the Monster Energy Racing trucks, Cameron Lassard, Danny Bouchard 9th, 10th, Richard Johnson in 12th behind James Silverfox. So we'll take a quick look through the field as the pit cycle is approaching. Jerry Cook 13th after qualifying in the top 10 has not quite had the race pace that team has been looking for. Noah Hart, Bradley Bishop Jr. started outside the top 10. They have not really been able to move forward. Chase Marks, Austin Rogers, Zachary DeLello up to 18th place. He started down outside of the top 20. So DeLello has found a way to move his way through the traffic in the draft. Passing back here in the field can be a lot more difficult than passing at the front, because when you're the 5th, 6th, 7th truck in the draft, it can be very hard to set up a run to make a move. Right behind DeLello, Hannah Allen, Edward Siemba battle for 19th as Aiden Carlton is the first truck outside of the top 20. We've got Ricky Freeman Jr., Nelson Reeves, Aria Carmona, Benedict Murdo the third, top 25. Mac Johnson, Bolton, J.D. Martin, Sustry, Michael Miller, top 30. Then Runkle, Seth Cole, Grace, DeGarmo, Monaco, 35th. McDonald, Benjamin Snyder, Bradley Ream, Toby Chrissy, Angel Gutierrez, and Jared Vereshigan round out the running order. Pit cycle has officially begun here. Griffin Lapel McDermott going to be the first one down pit road from 8th place. He has been struggling mightily. You see AJ Jones has pulled a 2.5 seconds away from him and William Brock because Brock just can't get by the 85. Very lonely pit road for GLM, so that means he will be on the newest tires here while everyone else stays out, as Benjamin Snyder from 37th place pits here on the same lap. So big move for Benjamin Snyder here, because if a ton of trucks come down next time by, he's going to gain a ton of time just because he had no one to wait up on pit road entrance. That's a big time gainer or time loser here on the road courses especially. Griffin Lapel McDermott out and away. This is the tightest pit exit on the schedule. You thought the first 2 turns were tight when you're on the track. They're a lot tighter when you're coming off a pit road and there's a wall immediately to your left and right. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Curtis and Luke Martin have started to inch away from Ryan Reed, who, according to our ticker there, was fighting for 3rd with Fitzwater Jr. Now here we go. Entire top 5 is coming down pit road. We'll have to see if anyone behind these drivers elects to stay out. So far, that answer is a big fat no, and it is going to be a busy pit road here. Seth Cole's going to stay out. He was running in 32nd place last time by. You can see they really start to stack up as they come on the pit road. Have to wait and see who will gain positions, who will lose positions, as everyone is getting a 4-tire pit stop here. Curtis and Luke Martin, the first 2 out and away. Ryan Reed out next. Fitzwater with a slow pit stop as AJ Jones, William Brock, and a pair of Monster Energy Racing trucks leave pit road. Jerry Cook with a slow stop. James Silverfox with a slow stop. A Lots of time lost here as they are borderline. They are 3 wide. Look at this. Silver Fox is going to lose a ton of time. He had to practically stop coming out of pit road. Cali DeGarmo with a big pit stop as Richard Johnson loses a ton of positions. Same for Kyle Sustry, good pit stop. And look at where Benjamin Snyder came out. He is running in front of Hannah Allen after making the undercut. Noah Hart appears to have had a really good pit stop. He has, I believe, jumped into the top 10 potentially. As Curtis and Luke Martin, they are up together drafting. Ryan Reed by himself as Griffin Label McDermott closes in. Teammates at Shark House, Brock and AJ Jones, side by side for position as Seth Cole comes in for his pit stop. And now we will see how the field has cycled out. According to our tracker, losing spots, a lot of spots on pit road lost here. Notables include Zachary Fitzwater Jr., Malik Nevins, Richard Johnson, Ricky Freeman Jr., James Silverfox, and Jerry Cook, especially those last two, losing a ton of time on pit road. Curtis back to the race lead, Luke Martin in second, Brian Reed, Griffin Label McDermott, William Brock, the top 5. So GLM jumps 4 spots into the top 5 and 4th. We'll see how much of that he can hold on to. Tire wear really kicks in after the 8th lap of a run. Bouchard, 7th, Lessard, 8th, Fitzwater Jr. and Evans drop from 4th and 5th to 9th and 10th. As Noah Hart is just outside in 11th. About Chase Marks in 12th place. Benjamin Snyder jumping all the way from 37th to 13th. So a great strategy call here by the 08 Easy Racing crew chief. That's going to put him a lot closer to his teammate in Nevins as we've got a 3-wide battle for 9th between Hart, Nevins, and Fitzwater. Advantage, Nevins and Hart. As both will clear Fitzwater. Nevins still going to fight back to see if he can hold on to 9th. Aria Carmona, Hannah Allen round out the top 15. DeLello, Reeves, Sustry, Mac Johnson, Carlton the top 20, but Carlton under fire for that position by BBJ. Rogers, DeGarmo up into the top 25. Same with Austin Runkle. Both of those drivers were outside of the top 30 prior to their pit stops. Richard Johnson, you can see, down to 25th. Siemba losing spots. Seth Cole stayed out a lap, gained 5 positions. He's up in 27th. Christy Michael Miller, Silver Fox, you can see, is now outside of the top 30 in 31st. Jerry Cook down to 33rd. Tristan Grace, Jeff Bolton, and Ben McDonald lose the most time. We're hearing Benedict Murdo III has an engine issue on his number 23 Delta Airlines Ford, and it is likely game over for Murdo here today in Dubai. AJ Jones and William Brock have drafted their way up to Ryan Reed and Griffin Label McDermott. Fastest lap right now on the race is a 122.807 by the 75 of JD Martin. Your top 2 sit second, Luke Martin, DJ Curtis in 11th, but the time board very tight at the front of the field as Jones making a move on McDermott for 4th place. Now points are going to be very important here for Jones for the rest of the season unless Noah Hart has a couple of bad races where Jones gets a top 5 result. Jones is now 117 points back of Hart in the championship after 2 bad races. Talladega involved in the wreck. Italy stretched it 1 lap too long on fuel. Hart had a semi-okay race at Talladega, but had a very good result in Italy. And Jones went from being, I believe it was 59 points back after his Kansas went down to 117 back. So AJ Jones really needs to pick it up if he wants to put his name back in the championship hat. A good run today is going to put him in the right direction, with Hart currently running behind the 42 team. But the real test is going to be next time out at New Zealand, as we have the double header inversion race. Something happens to you there, and Noah Hart has a good result in one or both of those races, and it could be game over for your championship hopes. Noah Hart starting to move forward up to 10th place now. Fitzwater Jr. has fallen down to 11th. Hart now looking for 9th on Nevins, as Daniel Bouchard and Cameron Lassard, oh, that kind of rhymed, are both in front of Hart here, side by side for 7th. Griffin Lapel McDermott has dropped out of the top 5 down to 6th. Jones and Brock getting by the 85 to get into the top 5. We're going to be closing in on our second round of pit stops here soon, expecting drivers to come in lap 22 to 24. DJ Curtis, Luke Martin have been nose to tail this entire run. Luke Martin likely just kind of biding his time, waiting, trying to figure out the strategy to get by this 77 that took the lead from him on that first run. Remember last year, Luke was the one who led for most of the time, led 28 of 33 laps here last year, and got beat by William Brock right at the end. So now perhaps Luke Martin and that number 6 team are looking to do what Brock did to them and are biding their time behind DJ Curtis. Second pit road cycle has now begun. Arya Carmona and Zachary DeLello, who are running 12th and 14th, are going to be the first ones down pit road. DeLello has had an amazing race after qualifying outside of the top 20. Had to check up a little bit there for Carmona as he got on the pit road, but these two will be likely drafting together right off of pit road, which will really help their undercut case, as Tristan Grace has blown up here on the front straightaway. That is the second engine failure today. Very hot day, 95 degrees here. We have not seen a lot of engine failures this year, but we have now seen 2 today, and Grace, his engine failure a lot more severe. His truck's smoking, and he will actually stop it here right on the exit of turn 2. And they will have plenty of time to grab that truck quickly and tow it behind the pit wall before pit road gets even busier. Now let's see, no one in the front of the field last time by strategized on each other at all, and it looks like that'll at least be the same case here for the top 2. Curtis and Luke Martin will follow each other in the pit road once more. Jones, Reed, Brock will all follow in. Noah Hart is going to stay out a lap here, try something different. GLM lost touch with the pack of 3 in front of him. Kyle Sustry stays out. He was running in 16th place. And Bradley Ream, who was running in 28th, is going to stay out. Everyone else comes down pit road. And we'll see this time around, if anyone loses a ton of positions, Curtis and Luke Martin out right away. AJ Jones will come off 3rd with a decent gap over Reed, Brock, and Griffin Lapel McDermott. Fitzwater going to lose maybe a couple more positions here. That first pit stall here is just apparently not very ideal. Several drivers will exit side by side. You see, you really don't want to do that. It really checks up the guy closer to the inside wall. Austin Rogers, Edwin Siemba, Richard Johnson, JD Martin, all losing positions. Noah Hart will come in here on lap 24. He was running just inside the top 10 at the time, maybe trying to overcut. See if he gets some draft partners, he might be able to finish at the top of the top 10, maybe fight for a top 5. everyone else will go another lap. Hearing there was trouble coming right out of the pits. Jared Vereshchagin going to get into Eric Monaco, turn him into the inside wall. And that was a pretty hard hit for the number 4 DHL Mitsubishi of Eric Monaco, and his race appears to be over. Likely going to be investigated here, and the series officials feel they got to hand something out to the 37 team. We will know after the race is over. Luke Martin closed up now to the bumper of DJ Curtis, looking for the race lead here as we come to 8 laps to go. Or rather, we are still on 9 laps to go as Hart hit the start-finish line on pit road. This is just after coming off the pit road. Luke Martin feels like he has the better truck now, and to the point he will go, looking to control the race here and try and get the win that eluded him 1 year ago. If Luke could pull it off, it would be a career win, record win, number 11, 28th career top 5, and his 37th career top 10, which would tie him with Ryan Butcher's second all-time on the top 10 list. Speaking of milestone tracking, haven't gone over it really today, but a couple drivers' milestones on the start chart. As you see, Aria Carmona has jumped into the top 10. Zachary DeLello didn't really go anywhere because he got checked up. But on the start milestones, Malik Nevins making his 76th career start today. That ties him for 6th all-time. Hannah Allen and Benjamin Snyder both making their 25th career starts. And probably biggest of all here is the 75 of J.D. Martin. This is his 96th Napa Truck Series start today, and that ties him with Bob Burns for most in series history. So when we head to New Zealand, J.D. Martin makes that 97th start, 97th time taking the green flag, and J.D. will hold most career starts. A.J. Jones will also be joining him there at the top of the list for most starts, but second all-time in that start category. He will make career start 96 in the first race, and then career start 97 in the second race. That'll put J.D. Martin and A.J. Jones top 2 on the all-time starts list. And speaking of more milestones today, A.J. Jones looking for what would be a record-extending 40th career top 10 result. Would be the first one to go into the 40s in that category. Also looking for what would be career top 5, number 21, which would break a tie with Jordan Fisher for 3rd all-time. Noah Hart looking for 8th place here on Aria Carmona. Remember, Hart was one of 3 drivers that did the overcut. He didn't lose anything and now sits in a pack of trucks, potentially in range to get up to Danny Bouchard and Griffin Label McDermott here. That would get him as high as 6th. So just in front of him are 3 drivers looking to chase him in the championship. A.J. Jones, Ryan Reed, and William Brock. As mentioned, Jones came in 117 back in 6th. Ryan Reed came in 74 back in 5th. And Brock came in 70 back in 4th in the points, and they currently run 3rd, 4th, and 5th as Ryan Reed is going to put a move on A.J. Jones here for 3rd place. It is a 4-point gain, finishing 3rd over 4th. That's 52 points on your season instead of 48. 4th to 5th, 48 to 45 points, and 5th to 6th is 45 to 42 points. So if Noah Hart gets as high as 6th place, scores those 42 points, if you finish 3rd, you gain 10 on him. So Ryan Reed looking to go from 74 to 64 points back in the championship. You get 58 points for second, 66 points for the win. Which I just realized if Luke Martin wins this race, that'll be a 666 moment. But Luke Martin didn't make the points format, so that won't really be his fault. We're coming to 2 laps to go. Curtis has been unable to get close enough to make a move on the 6. Silver Fox Motorsports has not won a race in over a year now. And Luke is looking to give Mercedes and Silver Fox their first win on the 2024 season. Luke gains big time on Curtis there off of turn 2. Meanwhile, Griffin Lapel, McDermott, Daniel Bouchard are side by side for 6th place. They are both also trying to gain points on Noah Hart in the championship. Trying to find where our other overcutters are at. Bradley Ream is still down in 30th. Kyle Sustreich sits in 20th, so those two have not really gained anything, but they haven't lost anything either. You see Benjamin Snyder running 19th. Remember, he was 37th before the first pit cycle. DeLello 13th, Carmona down to 10th now. Those are our undercutters from this second pit cycle. Noah Hart is all over the bumper of Griffin Lapel McDermott. Will Hart be able to make a move here on the 85 and the 30? Is that why he hasn't gone to the right? White flag is out. GLM gets back in line behind Daniel Bouchard. Now we'll go to try to... Yep, he's going to make a move back, but Noah Hart has been given an open door. And Noah Hart is going to clear McDermott. Can he get by Bouchard? And Noah Hart has cleared Bouchard into the first right-hand corner on the track. Put Noah Hart in 6th. Now can William Brock or AJ Jones do anything to get back by Ryan Reed? That could be big here in the championship, but all eyes are focused on the race leader of Luke Martin. Got past in the final turn here a year ago. He's got enough distance back, though, to DJ Curtis. And history is about to be made. The all-time wins mark is Luke's, and Luke's alone. Luke Martin gets career win number 11 here in Dubai. DJ Curtis with a 2nd place result. Ryan Reed in 3rd makes it a Mercedes 1-2-3 finish. AJ Jones, William Brock, Sharkhouse Performance teammates 4th and 5th as your points leader. Noah Hart brings it home in 6th place for his 9th top 10 on the season. 9 top 10s in 11 races. Daniel Bouchard 7th, Griffin Lapel McDermott 8th, Cameron Lessard 9th, and Arya Carmona gets a top 10 result after performing the undercut strategy there on the 2nd round of pit stops. Other notables that we saw here throughout the race that were up at the front: Malik Nevins comes home in 11th, Zachary Fitzwater Jr. in 15th. How about Zachary DeLello up to 16th, Benjamin Snyder in 18th. Edward Siemba 24th, Richard Johnson 25th, so a big loss for Johnson here as Noah Hart finishes in 6th, Johnson finishing 25th. James Silverfox 31st, and Jerry Cook 35th as Eric Monaco, Tristan Grace, and Benedict Myrtle III all retired due to issues. While this race was pretty calm, all things considered, it's going to be anything but calm next time we go racing. Doubleheader from Pukekohe Park, New Zealand. Gonna be wild. I'll see y'all then.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.